Hi guys, it's Sarah from I Swear I'm Stitching. Today is the 11th of October and this is Flosstube number 35. If you're new, hey, hi, thanks for subscribing. I'm over 300 now. What? I honestly thought I'd have like 12 people watching me and they would mostly be family. And they wouldn't even be watching, they would just subscribe to be nice. So thanks for coming. And if you've been a subscriber or been around for a while, nice to see you again. Thanks for coming by, you guys. I'm having some technical difficulties with my camera, my phone. It keeps wanting to fall. Yeah, is what it is. So it's gonna be a little light on stitching. My quilting bug has blown up and I wanted to quilt all the things. So kind of lost my thought. My neurons aren't firing, apparently. But I will get into what I have done. I do have 2 finished objects. Oh, if you're new, if you don't know what a Flosstube is, it's about cross stitch. That's my main hobby. But I also knit and quilt. And I'm like sideways. My phone. Okay. So my 2 fully finished items, one is cross stitch and one is knitting. And I feel like I'm yelling. Maybe I'm getting sick. Ugh. And I did not get all my books out. My project books that have all my project information in them. So my first finished object is Frankenstein from, wow, thought I had it already, you guys. From this Halloween parade from Heart and Hand. I cannot see. Okay, so I'm doing them individually as magnets. I did Frankenstein's monster. And again, I'm going to do the owl and the bat for sure. Maybe the ghost, not him. But I finished Frankenstein's monster. While I'm looking up, I know what it is. It's on 14 count, just canvas plastic. And I used just assorted fancy threads from my stash. You know, Crescent Colorworks. Crescent Colorworks? Classic Colorworks? What is it called? Crescent or Classic? Doesn't matter, I didn't write it down. Week Style Works, Gentle Arts. So there he is. There's my little Frankenstein's monster. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. I love him so much. I feel like I'm yelling. I'm talking to my dog. But I didn't want to cut too close, so it's kind of chonky, and I just used some black felt on the back. Probably should use white since the canvas is clear, but whatever, I don't care. He's cute, he's adorable, and I love him. Oh, I love him so much. I can't wait to start the other little kids. These are real quick too. Excuse me. And then my second FO is that Mod's Cable slouchy hat I knit for my bonus child. She came down for the weekend to see her dogs. So I zoomed through and finished that hat for her. It's by Jean Stevenson. I got the pattern off Ravelry. So I finished the hat. She took the hat back to Cleveland with her. So I don't have the hat to show, but I have a very bad picture because we were messing around and she just sat down and shoved her arm real quick. So I forgot to straighten the ribbing so you can't even see the ribbing, and it's supposed to be slouchy. So I told her it needed to be blocked. And if she wanted to wait, I could block it and give it to her before she left on Sunday because she picked it up like on Saturday. But she was like, nope, I want it now. So she said it works because when she has a bad hair day and she puts her hair in a ponytail, it'll go in the top section. Man, my house is a mess behind her. Anyways, there it is. There's the hat. She loves it. Her favorite color is yellow. Again, it's a bad picture. It's not blocked. It's not really that slouchy. And the ribbing got all folded up in her hair because she shoved it on real quick. Look how cute this is. She's reading a knitting book. And she brought her knitting bag to figure out what to knit my kid for Christmas. I taught them both to knit. Only she is a knitter. So yeah, I use Space Cadet Vega, which is a worsted weight, in the color False Start. And then I'm going to knit her some mittens to kind of match. I'm going to use gray and this one, which is more purples and yellows. So it'll match because they'll both be purple and yellow. This one will be more purple and yellow, and for that one's are yellow and purple. So that I'm not in too much of a rush to get. I don't feel like I need to start that right away. Those are my only FOs. So we'll move on to WIPs. I worked on touching a few things for Fandom Stitching's 13 days of Halloween stitching. I lost my thought there. So I did maybe 50 to 100 stitches on these. Not, like I said, have not done a lot of stitching this past week. So I finally got the pattern out to show you guys. I worked on Halloween and Hawk Run Hollow. Sorry for the glare. And I'm working on the middle block. I finished that witch already, Carlita. I'm working on that witch, Maeve. If you're new, I've named my witches. And this is on To Die For Fabrics Ashen Tan, 18 count. I'm working 1/1. It's gonna be big. I wish I forgot how big it's gonna be. This is another one I love. I absolutely love how it's turning out. I just love that cauldron so much. And you know, I'm not dumb, usually. I know that's a big pattern. I've watched enough Flosstube over the years to know that Hawk Run Hollows take a bit. There's a lot. Some of those blocks are full coverage. I mean, look at them. Some of those are freaking full coverage blocks. But when I work it, and I know it's on 18 counts, but it's not the smallest count. Well, it's not the biggest count either. But anyways, this thing's gonna be big. Like, every time I work on it, I'm always like, man, those are some big ass witches. But I love it so much. It's so pretty. Oh, I just love those flames. So I got just a little bit of work done on Maeve. And that's, as usual, in my Black Needle Society Halloween bag from last year, I believe. And then I worked on my chatelaine, which I hate. I hate this 1/1 metallic so bad. I want it done so bad, but thank God for Fandom Stitching, I can usually squeeze it in for 50 stitches. Otherwise, I would not work on it. I hate this part so much. I want it done, so I'm going to keep plugging away on it, because I know once I get through that, it'll be fine. It'll be good. But man, right now, I flaming hate it. I don't think it's not gonna be that big, but I haven't the balls to cut the thread yet, the fabric yet. Sorry, I have the hiccups. I just ate, and as a bariatric patient, one of the signs that you're full or you're done eating is hiccups, and that's what I've got. Okay, so pull that up. There we go. You cannot tell. It looks exactly the same. I did manage to finish. Did I? It's like I can't tell if I missed a stitch or if that's just one not particularly shiny piece of thread. I don't care. I managed to finish one friggin' fish. I mean, I can't tell. Can you even tell how sparkly it is? And I am doing 1/1 full crosses for the metallic because when I was doing half stitches, I couldn't really see the sparkle. Like, it wasn't as sparkly. So, should have just been like, fuck it, who cares? Oh, I mean, it's beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful. I'm gonna love it. I'll show you what it's gonna look like when it's done. But it doesn't mean I have to enjoy the stitch every second, right? I just need to get through that part, and then it's gonna get better. What the fridge? I mean, look how pretty that is. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, look how tiny the fish are in this giant pattern. Ah, that was me and my husband. And fingers? Apparently my kid must take a picture of their fingers. All right, sorry. I I need to get out of there and start working on other stuff. I need to get those goddamn fish done. And all that empty negative space, like in the middle and stuff, it's gonna be beaded. So like all around the edges, all around the world, statues crumble for me. So around the edges, and in there, it's all gonna be beaded. You kind of see the sparkle. Anyways, this is on 32 count vintage country mocha. Oh, I didn't even have to look that up. And I'm using all the called for DMC and special flosses. Except for I still have a couple, oops, sorry, Gloriana threads to, one I still have to find somewhere, which I may just replace eventually. And two I ordered that, said they were in stock. They must not be in stock because they have not shipped. So whatever. Anyways, in a bag my friend made me years ago. And then I worked on Blacked Sky. On my game today, you guys. I have my iPad with pictures on it by the primitive needle. It's a very blurry bad shot from the internet. Or you can have a very blurry black and white shot of my copy, which is not worth it. So I'm working on this for WIPGO and fandom stitching, and my goal is half a block. I'm doing this block. So if I get the top half and both those little suns done, that's half a block. I'll be happy with that. And then when I do the big ass sun, I'm not doing the weird eyeballs. I know a lot of people have not done the weird eyeballs. I will not be doing the weird eyeballs either. This is still in the Q snap. It's in a bag I made for, it was a free pattern. Sunflower for Ukraine. I think Quiet Play. Shoot, I can't remember now. But I made that and turned it into a project bag. So this is on, I believe, an unnamed Bestitch Me. 18 count. This one I'm doing 2/1 because I wanted the threads to really be dark and not lighter, washed out. Trying to find the tag. I'm pretty sure it's an unnamed Bestitch Me. An 18 count. I'll go ahead and look for sure because that's gonna bother me. Blacked Sky, Blacked Sky, Blacked Sky. I think it's in this one. Oh, it is. I like. All right, so Blacked Sky. Yep, 18 count Ada and an unnamed gray by Bestitch Me. Okay, score. So see, so I have to fill that in, fill that big honker in, and do one more sun, and I'll be done with my WIPGO goal. Yeah, I didn't finish the square above it. I'll get back to it eventually. But there we have it. I do kind of wish I had done some of my own conversions, maybe use some fancy colors, because some of the colors, like, you can't really tell it's a darker green in the middle there. It's kind of lost. But I've committed to the DMC, and I'm not going to start throwing in fancy flosses. I don't know, but that sun was a bitch. Like, I did not enjoy stitching that. Maybe I just wasn't in the mood to stitch that day. Sorry. Trying to keep everything organized. And then I worked on my Zelda Wreath for fandom stitching. My dog is like making noises at me. So this is just on 18 count, like khaki Ada I got off Amazon, I think. Like a huge piece I got for a huge project, and then I decided not to do that huge project. But this is Zelda Wreath designed by Sarah Bauman, and I never write it down if it's needle minder layer, needle minder. Look at this. Growing out hair is a pain in the ass, you guys. Okay, so that's what it's gonna look like. And my wreath is itty bitty because it's on 18 count. Like, I didn't even think that through. There is Santa Link. Because, like, see, this little doodad is that. So I'm already, like, right here is going to be Princess Zelda. So it's a tiny ass. I'm going to put that in a hoop. My husband wanted it framed, but you know what? It's circular. I'm going to put it in a hoop. There he is. Santa Link. And I'm working on this as a Sal with Total Stitch Show. Hi, Steph. She does fantastic things with her wreaths, like show off. Go check her out because she finished her Final Fantasy wreath. It is so awesome, you guys. It is so great. It lights up and everything. Then my only other WIP is my son's quilt, which I was so close to finishing. I started sewing the rows together, and I got 3 rows sewn together, and I was like, you know what? This is going to be too short. So I laid out the 3 rows I sewed, and then laid out the blocks for the other 2 rows. And I had him come down, and I said, lay on it and tell me what you think. This way, width, perfect. Lengthwise, yeah, he wanted it longer. And I had an extra block. So it's like part of me knew I was supposed to do another row, but then my brain was like, no. So I didn't cut enough blocks, enough fabric, and do hash square triangles to make 4 extra. Anyways, my brain was like, yeah, this should be bigger. And then my other brain, I had 2 of them. The other side of my brain was like, no, this is fine. We don't want to do this anymore. We hate hash square triangles right now. So I had an extra block. So all I have to do is 4 more blocks. So really, it's not that bad. I just really, really hate hash square triangles. Like a lot. But, oh, sorry. Zelda is in a Stitch Me bag. I got in her outer space box. So my son's quilt is the Little Bits quilt. It's from somebody, from a quilting magazine. And I'm not going to show you a picture of what it's going to look like because I have a picture of his quilt laid out. So you'll see what it's supposed to look like. So right, as that picture is 5 by 5. It needed to be 5 by 6. So I have 1 extra row to do at the bottom. Or they're not in any specific order right now, but there it is so far. It's so pretty. And I love that the colors pop on it and that some colors kind of blend in, like that blue. Sometimes the gray kind of blends. I kind of like that little bit of negative space amongst all the popping colors. And he's so excited. When he saw it, he came downstairs and saw it laid out. He was like, ooh, he is the perfect kid to craft for. So now I feel extra bad that it took me so long to make him a new quilt. His original quilt is one he helped sew, and it's one of the first quilts I sewed, so that's like a long ass time ago. And he was telling me that he remembers asking me, is this going to be long enough for when I get taller? And I was like, yeah, it's fine. It's not. I said, well, now it's just like a lap quilt. You can, when you move out, put it on your couch. There we go. Little Bits quilt. And I have all the half square I have all the like small units cut and sewn together. So now I'm about to make the second units before they become the block. So I'm on this, making this unit part. So it won't take too long. I'd like to finish that today because I'm not actually going to start my friend's quilt because she found out her brother's having another baby. So she has to embroider another square for that baby. It's a boy. So they're going to, she has it's a girl for the other baby. And now it's going to be, it's a boy for this one. So because that's going to throw off the whole quilt, she has to do 4 more embroidered squares to add an extra row to her quilt. So I'm kind of glad about it because that means I can do other things like start, excuse me, my daughter's friend's quilt. I don't know why I'm whispering, she's not here. She can hear me all the way in Piedmont. Oh, sorry, you don't know. She doesn't live there. Anyways, okay. So that is all of that. That is projects. So now we will go on to haul. It's Haunted, 31 Days of Haunted America. I know some other people have this box, and I'm super glad that other people are enjoying it. I don't hate it. I just, maybe I jumped the gun too early and didn't realize it was going to be basically like kits. I thought it was going to be cross-stitch and not cross-stitch items related to certain haunted places in America, and the things aren't, most of the things aren't really related to, you know. But, as you know, I've already opened all these, so I know it's in here. This is day 8. I told my kid I was making a video, and here he comes wanting to come down. I'm making a video, so don't come down.
Oh, you're sorry.
I texted you.
Yeah.
That's right. All right. So, this is October 5th. It's floss drops. I don't use floss drops. Well, I use a few. I'm a bobnator. Since the day I picked up cross stitch when I was like 8 years old. But they're pretty, but like, look, like shiny green, super purple, super pretty purple. And this is freaking adorable. I wish I could figure out something I could use that for that wasn't floss drop related, because it's got little bats on it and they're super cute. And actually, you know, of all the floss drops I've got, I like these the best because they're not, well, except for I can't put like a number on them for what they, anyways. They're not super huge. They have a big hole for the big chunky part of the thread, and then a little hole to put your little ring through it, and then another little hole to put your extra, because I always put my big chunk of thread here, and then I'll work some thread, and then if I have extra thread, I put it on again, and they don't have to share a hole. They have their own separate hole. How many times can a girl say hole? So I won't be keeping these, but they are not too fat. I think they're a good size, and they're very pretty. Now this I'm excited about. This is day 6. Okay, this is day 6. This is a pattern I will keep and I will stitch. And it does relate to the card. It's Bolt Castle, Hart Island, New York. It is about the ghost of Lucy Bolt. So Lady in White. This is a pattern by the Laurel Witch, which I don't believe I've ever done anything by the Laurel Witch, so I'm super excited. Look at how pretty. Lady in White. Sorry, I was reading. But I'm so excited to stitch her. And she even, the woman, Laura Dobb, gives instructions on how to make it into a doll. If you want to make it, I'm not going to make it into a doll. But I think that's super cool that you have the option of just a plain cross stitch or doing it as a doll. I will say the only thing I'm looking forward to is all that white. Oh, Lady in White for sure. But look at her. It's, I'll go ahead and read it to you. It says Bolt Castle. Bolt Castle is located on Hart Island. The mansion and grounds are only accessible by boat or ferry. After the tragic loss of George Bolt's wife mid-construction, the 6-story Bolt Castle stood stranded in time. For over 7 decades, the home stood awaiting demolition, but it was saved in the 1970s. The ghost of Louise Bolt, George's wife, is claimed to be the ghostly presence made in and around Bolt Castle. Mysterious footsteps and lights turning off and on in the empty house are just some of the odd occurrences. People passing by on boats have claimed to see a woman standing near the boathouse that resembles Louise. Excuse me. So, yeah, I'm keeping that pattern. That's mine. That's a keeper. When we get to the fabric, I'll tell you how disappointed I am in that. So day 7 is the DMC. And then day 8 is the fabric. I remember this, I chose 32 linen, count linen. So everything's 32 count linen. But it's just this, again, rather stiff, plain old fabric. When there's so much white, and her cover photo is shown on her, oh my God. She's shown on blue, and she really pops on blue. I know it's just like a computer mock-up, but I really wish the fabric had been blue, because like I have blue, so I'm fine. But she is really gonna pop on blue, so I wish we hadn't been given a plain fabric, which is fine. I can find some use for plain fabric. I mean, there's always something I can do on plain fabric, so that's always good to have. But I really, if we're making kits, essentially, I feel like you really missed an opportunity there. That was day 8. Day 9 is, oh, I'm excited about this one too. I remember this one. Oh, I love it. It's another needle minder from Fangirl Fibers. And it's her. It's Louise. It's the lady in white. So yeah, I'm definitely going to use her on my project whenever I get around to stitching her. I love her needle minders. I love wood needle minders. Those have definitely been awesome. And then day 10. Oh, is today day 11? Did I not put day 11 in here? Oh, there it is. Okay. So day 10 is, I think this is a bookmark. I'm going to use it as a bookmark. And it's really cute and I really like it. But it came with the note card, Haunted America Clown Motel in Tonopah, Nevada. So, Clown Motel. I hate clowns. But if this had been a clown bookmark, that would have been cool and that would have been funny. But it's a really pretty owl bookmark, which doesn't go with a clown motel. Like, it really should have been like something like maybe bright colored like a clown, or I don't know. I feel like there's been opportunities that have been missed to make this very cohesive, but I do it's pretty thin, little pliable, but not too pliable. I really like it. I'll definitely use it as a bookmark. And now that I noticed, I just noticed you could probably cross stitch on it. I literally have looked at this bookmark like 3 or 4 times. Can you see? Yeah. So that's probably why they got it. Because it is stitchable. I will not stitch on it. I will use it as is. Because if I stitch on it, it's going to be thick and chunky. I don't want that. But that's cute. I'm happy to have that. And then day 11. There's more floss drops, which I will not be keeping. But again, I do like the quality and style of their floss drops. And these are pretty colors, like amber, like orange, and this pretty sparkly one. It's not sparkling. That's that because that was the back. So floss drops I will be keeping. So that's where we're up to on the Advent. All right. I mean, it's not awful, and I knew going into this there are going to be things I didn't like because you can't like everything in a box. I'm just more disappointed in, like, I thought there were going to be things connected to the haunted places. But anyways, I will go on to life. Went to the psychic fair. Saw the psychic I had last time who gave me a psychic healing. This time, things were not so good. She kind of scolded me because she said, what do you want to know? And I said, I honestly have no idea. I said, well, can you just tell me whatever comes to you, or if anyone comes? And she went, that's not how that works. You need to ask me questions. And I was like, I don't have any questions. So I was like, oh man, okay. But she did say that my grandparents came through, and she nailed that they were Polish, and that my grandpa was a jokester, my Polish grandpa, who liked to tell a lot of Polish jokes that were very bad. and that he was nice. And she talked a lot about my husband. It was nice to hear someone. She was like, "He's very loyal to you." I'm like, "I hope so. Kick his ass if he's not." But she basically said he was a portal for demons. So when I came home and told him, he was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm telling everybody I'm a demon portal." So, you know. That was fun. What else? I'm trying to think if she said anything else that was... Oh! She said, a lot of people are getting to know you. And I was like, oh, okay, I don't know what that means. And then, while we were waiting for my friend, she was having her bars done. I don't know what that means. I was talking to my daughter and her friend, bonus child, and I said, you know what? Maybe she means my Flosstube, because I said I had an uptick in subscribers, almost at 300, which now I am. Thank you. I said maybe that's what she means, because that's a lot more people getting to know me, because I just babble about everything on this thing. So that's kind of cool. And then that was it. My daughter and bonus child had the first tarot readings, and bonus child said, it would have been better if I didn't just agree to everything she said, because some of it was wrong. And I was like, yeah, it's kind of like therapy. You shouldn't lie to them. But they both enjoyed the experience, and they're both really into crystals and stones and occult. And so they had a fun time shopping. They bought so much stuff. I only bought a couple things. I got another chakra bracelet, because this is the one I got last time. I got this one with the white howlite, and then this time I got this one with the black lava stone. So now you can hear me coming. I'm like a dog. Wherever I go, I make a noise. And then I bought these from, I don't know what this shop that I got the bracelet from, or where I got the other thing from, but I did get a card from where I got these earrings from. It's Lucid Gypsy by Tova. That's her on Etsy. Lucid Gypsy by Tova. That's also all her hashtags. She has some really pretty jewelry. She wire wraps her own jewelry, earrings, and necklaces. And I, for some reason, saw some dangly earrings I wanted so bad, but then I saw these and got these instead, and I'm kind of wishing I hadn't. I love them, but I may have to pop the back off of one and re-glue it, because you can tell that it shifted on the back. So now it doesn't sit in my earring right. It kind of goes, but it's beautiful. But I love them because they're uncut. They're not polished, right? They're cut, not polished. But it's ocean jasper. Look at that yellow and that gray. Aren't they pretty? My daughter got fluorite ones, and they're really pretty because one's purple with a little bit of blue, and then the one's blue with a little bit of purple. So they're not exact, but they match. Oh, can you tell? Can you see how that one's wanting to plop down a little bit? Oh, they're so pretty. I've never seen ocean jasper before, so as soon as I saw them, I was like, yep, those are mine, I'm getting them. And then I bought, because I can't help myself, this little onyx raven. And he doesn't prop up very well because his base isn't super big, but I have him propped up against some stuff, some decorations. But he's going to be a all year out kind of guy. He's not going to be just a Halloween guy. So once Halloween's over, I'll move him somewhere else so I can see him. So yeah, that was fun. And then that night, my son and I went and watched The Thing. Classic. Loved it. There were parts in it where we were saying the words, and there's that scene where they're trying to figure out if anyone's the Thing, and they have the guys, tied to the couch, and the captain, shit, I forgot his name, is the last one, and he's like, gentlemen, I know you've had a long day. I don't know it word for word, but it's basically, I know you've had a long day, but I'd like to not spend the rest of winter tied to this fucking couch. And me and my son were like, because we just love that movie so much. His favorite character is Clark. Mine is, of course, going to be McCready. I mean, and not just because Kurt Russell has glorious hair in that movie. Holy crap, that man. And Childs, because I love Keith David so very much. Like, since I was a kid, and my dad showed me Platoon, and that became my favorite movie. I have loved Keith David. So it's funny that my two favorite actors were the last two remaining in the movie. And my son and I always like to discuss what we think. He thinks that they managed to kill the thing. The thing's dead. It's gone. There's nothing going on. He thinks that they got it. He thinks McCready and Childs, they're good. I think Childs is the thing. I want to believe that neither of them are, and they managed to save humanity and kill the thing. But I don't know. That last scene when they're like talking and there's all that, not fog, not smog, breath and the cold coming out of McCready, and like almost nothing coming out of Childs. Like maybe he's not using the lungs. I don't know. And then in the scene where they're blowing up everything, right before that scene, when you can see McCready's got like Molotov cocktails on the ground. And then at the end, when everything's blown up and he's walking, he's got a bottle. You never see him drink out of it. But then he hands it to Childs, and Childs takes a swig, and then McCready laughs. I'm like, is that a fucking Molotov cocktail? Is he laughing because he just saw McCready drink not liquor? The fun thing about that movie is you can make it end however you want to end, which is fun. I love that movie so much. You guys, it's so good. If you haven't seen John Carpenter's The Thing, you have to see John Carpenter's The Thing. End of story. All right, okay. That's enough babbling. I'm going to go do a giveaway because I have 300 subscribers. Thank you, guys. And I realized recently, that's better, that my 1 year Flosstube anniversary is next month. So I'm going to have a bigger giveaway next month. Right now, this is just a little thing. And I tried to stick to Halloween. So I'm going to give away the Cursed Cabinet by Uncanny Kari and D's 20 Stitches. I don't know why it's a tongue twister for me. That's what I got last week in the Fangirl Fibers box. So if you'd like that, say cabinet. And then I'm going to give away, these are from Stitchy Box 2017. They're 2 patterns. One is called October 31st. And I stitched that. It's right there. You can't really see it very well, but there it is. And then this one is Roly-Poly Pumpkin Farm. I stitched that as well, but it's a pillow in my dough bowl. I meant to bring it over here to show you, but I didn't. Sorry. So if you want this duo of patterns, say Halloween. And then I have the project tracker, 3-year project tracker I got from Black Nail Society a while ago. And it's for 2022 to 2024. So it's more like a 2-year tracker for you. It has these project name, designer, fabric, goal, start date, finish date, number of days, little calendars. So it's got a bunch of those. And then it's got yearly tracker back there. So if you want that, say tracker. And then I will send you, or up for grabs, are the floss drops from Fangirl Fibers Halloween box. Just say floss drops. There's 6 of them here. So again, floss drops, floss drop, cabinet, pattern, cabinet, project tracker, tracker, and the Stitchy Box patterns Halloween. So please be 18 so that I can get your address and not be a creeper and get in trouble with people. Don't say giveaway, don't say free, all that stuff. Is there anything else I'm supposed to say? I can't remember now. I'm making another symptom of being full when you're a bariatric patient is sometimes your body makes noises. Like, it's not burping, but it's like this weird sounds coming from. Next time I won't eat before I record. That was a mistake. So those are my giveaways. So enter all of them if you want. You can only win one. I hope someone wants these things. No one has ever. I tried to give away my last giveaway twice now, and both people never responded. So I'm just gonna, I don't know, keep it, throw it away. I don't know. I'm done. If whoever wins these happens to have put their name in for that, I'll just throw it in with that. See how that goes. Like, I'm mad about it. I'll just throw it in with that. Okay. That's it, you guys. I didn't think it'd be so long because I didn't have a lot of stitching, but I just babble like a mofo. All right. I will see you. I should see you guys next week. Next week I'm not doing anything. Yeah, I'll be here next week. There's nothing going on this week. I have nothing, just work, normal stuff, living life. So I hope you guys have a good week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.